back to Beyond the Rest podcast. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Myself and Coach Adri are more than happy to have you guys back, and we are so happy to be a part of your day today.
Yes, we are. Hey, y'all. Welcome back.
So let's go ahead and get warmed up. Let's check in. How are you feeling, Coach A?
I'm good. I am happy that I only have 2 more days left of work this week, and then I'm going on vacation. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I made it through my work weekend, and yeah, we good. So I'm good over here. I'm just cruising, ready for vacation. How are you?
I had a long weekend. Janaya was swimming all weekend. So you know how those weekends be. They just be long at the pool. It's hot. The chlorine is just ridiculous. Eyes be burning, nose be burning. So I'm just like, wow, fresh air finally after 3 days in that pool. So I don't know. I feel good though. I'm here.
Good. You got your workout in today?
I did this morning. Although, so I get there and I'm like, oh, I got my Alani. I'm ready to go. Girl, I don't know what happened. Probably, I know exactly what happened. So of course, because of a busy weekend, I didn't eat enough. I didn't eat what I usually eat. I almost was kind of eating just like air fryer food, which is no good. I went to the gym today, and it was just I don't even know, like a blah. Like it was just I was there, but I wasn't there.
Like I just moved.
My mind wasn't there. I'm like, now you know how I was so excited how I pressed that 160. I was only able to do 90. I felt so weak. It was horrible. I was ready to run out the door.
I mean, food is fuel, so if you wasn't fueled up, then I can understand that.
I took her test. Let's go to the room, and we're going to just make something out of something. But out here, I'm not doing this no more. I was so mad because I was like, I'm like, why am I so weak? Why is like, it was just going through the motion. And I was so frustrated. I'm like, I'm going back tonight, and I'm running it back. And then he's like, you're here. You move. I mean, you burned some calories. You did this and that. And I'm like, I ain't making positive. But
good.
Yeah. So.
A good man, Savannah.
You're like the third person that said that. At first, I was like, what? My name is Savannah. Anyway.
Oh, girl. I need you to put you on to some black movies.
I don't watch no movies at all.
No, you don't watch
It's so
TV.
bad. I don't watch nothing. So every time people tell me, I'm like, what? I be so confused when it comes to movie little sayings. Black. It don't matter what movie it is. I might not know even know Puerto Rican ones either.
I don't think I've ever seen a Puerto Rican movie. So
Selena.
I ain't never seen it.
Well, that's a Hispanic movie.
I've never seen it.
That's crazy.
I'll watch it.
You should watch it.
I'm not a movie person.
Come on, la flor. Oh, I could sing.
I'm not a movie person, so like the movies that I've seen like as a kid was like the kid movies, and I have my couple movies that I like. Like my favorite movie is Head of State. You probably don't even know what that is.
No,
but that's my favorite movie. I can quote it like front to back. Right?
That's crazy.
But yeah, I've never been a movie person. So, but I am working on like the whole like watching movies that everybody know that I don't know, and it's a lot of them.
I gotta catch up. Maybe we could call this
an
accountability movie thing because I don't know nothing. He be so mad. He like this movie, that movie. I don't know.
Oh, trust me, my boyfriend's the same way. But it's just like but I will make it very clear up front. I'm not a movie person, so don't expect me to know these things. Like some of the classic movies I do know, but like a lot of them I don't, to be honest. So that's just what it is.
That should have been my fun fact.
I know, right? We done gave all these facts. They could have saved them, but it's okay. I got another one for y'all. So accountability.
Oh yeah.
First of all, what's that?
I be trying to jump on it quick when I know I did stuff right.
Oh,
you know
okay, go ahead. So what we got, sis?
Oh yeah, so doing a challenge with my members for my 2XL monthly challenge. So I said I was gonna do it for that week. I did it for 2 weeks in a row.
Oh yeah. I will say I did see her. When she came to class, at least my classes, she was in there after class getting her little accountability in. So I was able to actually witness it this time. I ain't in a group, but I was able to see. So
that's why I was posting it because I know you was gonna be watching.
And she posted it. So yeah, absolutely good. I'm proud of you. Me myself. I didn't hit 10, but I did do 8. So, so the plan was to do my last 2 today. So my last one was, my last accountability was to run 10 miles by the next time we met. And I did do 8, but my plan was to run again today. The day's not over.
You see me look at my watch because you got to 11:59.
Listen, the day not over. And I could do it indoors or outdoors.
So we gonna do this.
Well, oh, wow.
I'm gonna tell you right now, we gonna do double accountability.
Oh.
So you gotta get it done tonight, or else this accountability and the next one are gonna count together, and you're gonna have double if you don't do what you're supposed to do.
So let's just hypothetically say I don't do it tonight, right?
That means you're thinking about not doing it.
No, I'm just saying, like, because
Okay.
what does you mean you roping them in together? Because if I have new accountability today, and I complete that accountability,
then you're good. If you don't complete it, but you complete the next one for our next time we meet, you still gonna drop down and do something. You're gonna do them reps.
okay, I got you.
Meaning,
Understood.
you get it done or you get it done.
Dang,
Two
it's
miles.
strict over here. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. We love that. I can get it done. I'm gonna get it done. I'm going home and run on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Or something. I'm gonna do it. Or to go
Got
to
it.
the gym. Gym closed at 11 today, right?
Yep.
I could do that. I
Do
gotta
it.
get
You
some
got it. I
sneakers to
believe
run
in you.
Dang, I went to the gym today too. I could have just ran.
I know. What happened?
But I got on a Stairmaster instead.
Does that count as miles? How does that even think where she just steps?
No,
See,
I said
that's
running.
Remember I told you? You should have been on that
I said
treadmill.
running.
You want to be step mama, master, whatever the heck you call it.
Stairmaster, mommy. I did. I got on
See?
Stairmaster. I thought about, I didn't wear running sneakers to this gym today
Mm.
because I was doing legs, so I wanted to wear my flat sneakers. So I didn't. I was like, I'm just gonna get on a Stairmaster, which is typically what I do on leg days, anyways. And I didn't think about it until like after the workout was like already over, and I was like, dang, I was supposed to run my miles today, and I thought I was gonna be able to make it to the park before I came here. Didn't work out, so yeah, we gonna see what happens. I might owe y'all some reps next week. We'll see what happens today. Okay, so now that accountability is out the way, you want to tell the people what we got going on today before we give our first
Actually,
facts?
Yeah. So we are actually going to be discussing moms and being fit.
And we have a guest today.
And we sure do.
So we like to introduce our guest. Y'all know how we get down in here. I didn't ask her what she wanted to be called, but I know her by her first name. Let's welcome Christina to the Beyond the Rest podcast.
Yes.
Hello, Christina.
Hi, guys.
Hey, girl. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, she did say she was excited, and I can see it in her face, so I believe her.
Yep.
Okay, so before we get into the topic, we are going to give our fun facts. So we give fun facts on this show. So we're going to start with you. So let's start. Give the people your name, what you like to be called, some just about who you are, and then give us a fun fact about Christina.
Okay. My name is Christina. I am a full-time working mom, wife. I have my baking business, all the things. I like to go by Christina. That's fine that you call me by my other name.
Okay.
And a fun fact. I used to be on the bowling team. I think that's my fun fact. No one knows that. I was on the bowling team in high school. Tech had a bowling team.
Okay.
And I got on the bowling team because I wanted to do a sport.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't air quote it. It's a sport. Bowling is a sport.
It is.
So I wanted to do a sport that didn't require any physical activity. So I joined the bowling team. And so it's funny being here now on a podcast for fit moms, and I'm like, oh, but I used to not want to work out.
Okay.
And so
That's funny.
yes, but yep.
Interesting.
Tech had a bowling team. I was on it for 3 years.
So did y'all have meets?
Yeah, we used to go to Volker's, the bowling alley
Uh-huh.
that's now torn down. We went there twice a week to practice, and then we had actual days that we did, we would compete against other schools. And then we had finals, I guess almost like sectionals. We went out to throughway lanes. It was a whole thing.
So who did y'all? I don't think that we had a bowling team. So who did y'all? Do you know what schools y'all competed
There was
against?
a lot of schools in the Buffalo.
Buffalo Public
yeah,
Schools?
there was Buffalo Public Schools. There was some when we went to sectionals, it was schools in different regions. But yeah, a lot of Buffalo schools had bowling
Interesting.
teams. Yeah.
My sister bowled when she was in high school. She's significantly younger than me, but she went to Park.
Okay, how funny. That's where Andrew, my little brother, that's where he graduated from, and he went to States for bowling.
Yeah, see?
So it's funny
It is
because
a
when he was
thing.
like,
It is a thing.
yeah. So it's funny because he like
It's on
played
ESPN,
soccer.
so I know it's a sport that they take
Yeah.
seriously.
But I
Yeah.
thought it was a new thing because we're 12 years apart. So I'm thinking
Yeah.
like this is a new generation bowling thing. Never knew.
Yeah.
But then when we
'Cause
started
that was-
looking into, I'm like, wow, like
Yeah.
even in my generation they were doing this. I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah. I didn't know either because I really don't think that my school had a bowling team, but
I don't think City Honors did.
no, I don't think we did.
I don't think so.
I feel like I would
cannot
have
recall.
remembered.
Yeah.
that. But that's
Yeah,
so
we
interesting.
did.
Are you a good bowler?
So it comes and goes now because I
Okay.
don't really bowl often. So I bowled. We actually just last week we had an event for work and it was at bowling and I bowled like a 110, which
Listen,
it's not awful. I broke
Nah.
100, but it's not a good.
because that's usually my
score.
goal when I go bowling.
That's
to
what
break
everybody
100.
there were saying. They're like, I just want to break 100. I'm like, okay.
That's usually my goal. Don't hit
Yeah.
it often, but yeah, that gene didn't catch me. So.
Yeah. I think my high was like 2. It was in the 200s. It was like 212, 215.
Okay,
Like just a
good.
couple times.
Okay.
I don't think I could do that now though. Now I want to go practice. I used to have like my own shoes. I never had my own ball, but I had my own shoes. Like I would like go.
They be serious.
They
come with
serious.
these
They
bags and
do.
these shoes and them cloths.
Literally,
rubbing them
no,
balls.
it's the cloths for me. Like you gotta put your hand over like the thing to get the air to like dry the sweat off. Like it's a whole
Yeah.
They be
thing.
so
That-
serious.
they even have like a wrist thing, like a
Yeah.
little
And I
brace.
seen they put something on their thumbs too. I think.
Yeah.
It's real
A whole
interesting.
thing.
Real, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
Christina
that
the
was a fun
bowler.
fact. That was a bowler.
All right. Okay, you want to give your fun fact next, or you want me to do mine?
I think I have what's it called? Obsession fact actually, but I have like this water bottle obsession. It doesn't even matter what bottle really it is. Like you're looking at it.
I was like, yeah, that looked new, so I ain't never seen that one before. When you get that?
I went up to 40 ounce, my voila. I just got it over the weekend because I kept refilling the last one I had. I think was the peach one. But I like, I just really like that one because I could just kind of hold it. It's easier. The Stanley's, I'm over that because I'm over the straw and all this other stuff. So it doesn't really matter.
You
But
just like-
I feel like I'm easily buying a new bottle or two, like a month.
I used to be that way,
It's
but
so
then I realized
bad.
I had too many,
That's how I am.
and I said, "This is ridiculous."
It's so bad.
I only got one mouth. Why I need all these bottles? That's why I just started getting rid of them. But yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people, especially like, and if you are like in the fitness world and fitness space, like if you do anything active, I feel like it's like those are the blender bottles and like water bottles are the things that people just pick up. Oh, this is nice, especially at like TJ Maxx and those places where they have all of them things on the thing. Yeah,
see.
it's easy. It's an easy thing to fall into. So
Target gets me every time.
I don't
And
know
like, so
what
do you have like
Target.
a display of
So
them?
I
Like, do you
don't.
keep them?
I need to. So it's so funny because you know how people have
Well,
like
that's the thing.
the
They do.
wine stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely
you
was.
have
I'm about to
so
break
many.
it down, even separate them by brand and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
See,
so
but-
many.
but
Cortez
see,
was
I
like,
think-
really another one this morning? I was like, yeah, that's a new one.
You gotta stay hydrated.
See, I feel like if you do that though, then if you see them all laid out, you might be like, I have a problem. I need to stop. Or no, you don't think that'll be the.
I don't know.
You
Because
think
then I
like, oh,
was
this is
like,
nice, I need
then
more.
really I got this one because it matching my headphones.
Oh Jesus!
So
You
it
always
got
gonna have a
bad.
reason.
Yeah.
My sister's like that with coffee mugs.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I do
that's
love a
another
good coffee
thing.
mug.
Yes, you have to have a good one.
Yeah.
But she got so many. Like, girl,
Yeah.
She drink a lot of coffee. It's okay.
See, yeah.
I mean, we all have our things. So
Yeah.
no shade or nothing.
bad.
I'm just saying, like, it's just. I think that's just something that's common. My fun fact today is that I don't have any piercings, including my ears. And I wore earrings today just so y'all can see that I have earrings on, but my ears aren't pierced. But yeah, I don't have any piercing. My ears are not pierced. I have never gotten my ears pierced. I'm hoping maybe I'll get them done this year.
We talked
That
about
is a
this.
fun fact.
Wow,
Wow. I know. I'm looking like, wait.
I know. So I'll buy regular earrings, and I
Wow.
have like these converters,
Oh my goodness.
and I'll put them on to wear earrings.
Wow. Who knew?
Yep.
Wow.
That's my fun fact today.
That's funny because
That is so funny. I'm like, now I'm staring at them. Like,
So
oh.
you know how I found out. So I think I'm like, it was like 3 years since I known you, and we were setting up for your BBL bash. We were setting up, and we were doing something in the air. We were flying, And then I'm like, oh, I don't know. I said something about her putting it back on or something. She's like, I'm going to clip it back on. Clip it back on? What are you talking about? She's like, oh, yeah, my ears are not pierced. I was like,
So funny.
how old are we? The ears are not pierced.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to go together and get it done. I'll sign off on your paper for you.
I don't need no supervision now.
Guardian. I'm the guardian.
So you gotta go through the whole process, the whole experience.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, come be my guardian, please.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that's my fun fact for today. All right, so now that the fun facts are out of the way and the warm up is done, we are going to go beyond. Actually, I lied. Dang, I do this every time. Every time. It's game time, y'all.
Game time.
It's game time. So when we have our guests in the studio, we always have our game time. So we did, and I'm glad you know this.
I was very nervous for this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe they'll give me like the questions beforehand and I can study.
No.
I knew
You guys
it.
never
All right.
get the game
No.
time ones.
So
I know.
that you're not getting. Okay, so but today, because of our topic of discussion, we are just doing things based around being a mom.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So they're all true or false.
Those are the hard ones. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Okay, so we have how many? We have 3 and then maybe a bonus one
Okay.
today. Okay. So you have the first one.
I got
right?
the first
Okay,
one.
go ahead. Wait,
Okay.
are we timing this?
Oh yeah, you are.
I mean,
you know
because it's
what?
literally just so because it's true or false. Should it be like 5 seconds? I think 5 seconds. I think 5 seconds is
Yeah.
Because true or false, you got to.
They're not that bad, I promise.
Okay. Okay.
We didn't do no trick ones.
Like-
We promise.
It's really not like it's not a trick. It's not a trick at all. Okay. Timers.
And the good thing, I kept it kind of, at least mine's, not too, because I know the baby's younger compared to like
Yes,
I have a
too.
almost teenager. So I was like,
Yeah.
let me keep it closer. So I would be nice. See.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So
love
we are
that.
going to do 5 seconds. After she finished reading the question, that's when the timer will start.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
All right. The first question is: once a baby starts eating solid food, breast milk or formula is no longer needed.
That's false.
Oh wow! She
See?
didn't have to
That's
start.
real
the
false.
timer.
Real boss. See?
Real false. Okay, you have
Yeah.
to start the timer on that one. A true mom. Okay. Question number 2. Dang, I'm gonna have to do both because I got the timer, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Good
hold on.
multitask.
I could do it. Hold on, let me see. All right. Okay. Question 2. This is also true or false. Pregnant women should avoid all abdominal exercises.
False.
Good. Okay.
Well, she's on a roll.
Yeah.
She on a roll. So you got
See,
it.
you had to study the
Harder.
thing.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh yeah.
Just
Oh, it's
kidding.
coming.
I'm just
Look,
kidding.
it's coming.
It's coming.
It's that bonus. So it's that bonus. So our number 3 is breastfeeding is a good substitute for working out since it burns calories.
False. It's not a good substitute.
Okay.
Right?
Good.
Yeah, I was like, is that a trick question?
Yeah, that's it.
That is
Okay.
false, too.
So bonus.
Okay.
Now this is
Are you
You
ready?
got to give me some specifics here.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. So for the bonus,
Okay.
what are 2? Hold on. Hold on, Auntie. Okay, we got it. Okay. So the bonus question is: what are 2 things breastfeeding mothers should pay special attention to while being active? Go.
Hydrating. Making sure they're hydrating enough and eating enough.
Yeah.
Was that okay?
We'll take it. We'll take it. We're
Yeah.
looking for caloric intake and hydration. So yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, look at
A
that.
good mom.
Hey.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Glad that's over. No.
Love that. Okay.
That was good.
You won.
Okay.
You won that. I know that's
Hey.
right. Okay. So now that we have gotten through game time, it's time to go beyond the reps. So, as Coach K mentioned, we are talking about being a mom, an active mom. So, mom and a fit life, having a fit lifestyle. As y'all know, unless y'all don't know, if y'all ain't been listening, I ain't got no kids. So we have 2 moms today, and I'm just gonna be chiming in, listening, and we're gonna answer the questions that need to be asked and answered. So I'm gonna start us off by asking you, Christina, and Kay, because you are a mom too. But let's start with Christina. So let's tell us about your relationship with fitness and your journey before and after becoming a mother.
Okay. So I've always worked out like in some type of capacity for like as long as I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I was very much like a cardio girly. Like I went to the gym, I got on the treadmill, I did the Stairmaster. I might throw.
Okay, Stairmaster.
I love the Stairmaster.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been on it in a long time because I haven't gone to the gym, but that was my jam.
Mm-hmm.
But this was like, I wanted to look slim. That's what I used to always say, like in fitness. I'm like, oh, I just want to look slim. That was my goal back in the day.
Okay.
So I always was in the gym. And then when I got pregnant, I had, actually right before I got pregnant, I started working out with a trainer, like with my friend Lex, Miss Body Language.
Okay.
I was probably working out consistently for like a month, maybe 2 months. And then, of course, what they always say, like when you start getting your body together, you start getting it together, and then boom, you get pregnant. That I feel like that's what happened. Because I was like, I left a training session one day, and I'm like, something don't feel right. Like, something does not feel right. I don't know what's going on. And so then I found out I was pregnant. And I knew that I wasn't going to want to be in nobody's gym when I was pregnant. But I still wanted to be active.
Okay.
So I feel like that was when, honestly, I think that's when I really got like serious about fitness, was during my pregnancy. I was like,
your pregnancy.
yeah.
Okay.
I was talking to my sister, and I'm like, listen, I want to work out, but I don't want to go to the gym. And at this point, she had a Peloton bike and tread, and she's like, get a Peloton. And this is not a sponsored ad, not a
but
none of the things, but
sponsor my girl.
Listen.
She be on it.
Peloton really changed my life when it came to fitness. Like, I ended up getting the treadmill, and I walked almost every day during my pregnancy. Like,
awesome.
Yeah, and like I walked every day. I started doing yoga, and I would do like light weights, like, because there were actually 2 instructors at the time that were pregnant at the same time as me.
Oh,
so I was like, oh, I'm gonna do
inclusivity.
classes with them, because if they doing it while they pregnant, like I could do it too. Like,
Right.
let's just see how that goes. And I was able to stay active for my whole pregnancy.
Okay.
Like, I was literally in labor before I went to the hospital. I was like, I got to do a walk. Like, because you know how they say, like, you got to walk around. And so, like, my husband's like, okay, you want to go to the hospital now? I'm like, no, let me just do a walk real quick. Like, I, like, did, like, a 30-minute walk. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Now we can go.
Oh, my God. That's so interesting. Wow. So, when you got pregnant is when you really started taking it seriously.
Yes.
That is so, wow.
And, like, could not wait until, like, after I had him, I remember, like, my first doctor's appointment being like, okay, when am I clear to just, like, start walking? Like, nothing crazy. Like, I just wanted to do light walks.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me I could. And something, I think I just started, like, trying to run at, like, 4 months. I actually had to go back and look, because I was like, when did I start running? And I looked, and it was 4 months postpartum. Like, when my son was 4 months, I was, like, started doing walk plus runs. And I'm like, oh, I like this. I like to run. And so I've been running since he was 4 months, and he's now almost 2.5.
Wow.
Yeah. So now I'm doing all the things. Like, I run, I cycle, I lift weights. I'm not just cardio mommy anymore. I don't want to look slim. I want to look fit, and I want to look strong.
Yes. You
Like,
want to be
that's where,
strong.
yes,
Absolutely.
like that. Yeah, I don't want to look strong. I want to be strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Wow. That's awesome. What
was
about
my
you,
journey.
Kay? What was your, because I feel like I know a little bit about, I mean, I know you spoke about it, but, like, your journey from, like, pre-motherhood, and then post-motherhood.
So for me, some stuff is very similar. So I always played sports up until college. When I went to college, I started doing like just like softball, like adult leagues and stuff like that. But when I went to college, I hit that 15-pound gain stuff.
The freshman 15.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, goodness. But that's when I also realized, like, oh, yeah, you don't got 5 practices a week anymore. Like, you're not playing high school sports. So that's when it clicked for me to, like, oh, you're going to have to switch it up. This about to be, like, you need to turn it into, like, a fitness lifestyle. So then, my dad's a boxing coach, so I called him, like, all right, Dad, I don't know what happened. I didn't gain 15 pounds. I'm like, I got to get back to it. Same thing. Got on it. We at Delaware Park running. I'm lifting with all the boxers, do my straight training with my dad. Dropped like 20 pounds. Looking great. Go get my belly button pierced. I was excited. Girl, then he's like, oh, we're going to go do stairs at Crosby. I said, okay, let's do stairs. I almost vomit. I said, Dad, my stomach. He like, what's wrong with you? And he goes, and I'm like,
Not the look.
yeah, I was like, what? He was like, you know what that means, right? And I was like, what are you talking about? So when you said, I was laughing over here because he was like, yeah, I don't know. Girl, sure enough, 2 weeks later, I was like, okay, I guess I should probably look into it. Yep, sure was.
Yep.
There it is.
They had
She's pregnant.
functionality.
Positive. I was like, oh my gosh, I did all this work. And I'm like freaking out. Because I'm like, I worked so hard. Like, and, you know, I had the summers off. So, like, and then my dad's like, just work part-time and, like, work on your fitness. So, like, because I always knew, like, I'm not going to do sports. So I want to stay fit. But, you know, I just got to get a swing of, like, different, like not turning from sports to a fitness thing. So then I'm like freaking out. Like, what am I gonna do now? Like, now I'm pregnant. So then he like, of course, like you could work out through your pregnancy, but back like my daughter's about to be 12 or 13. Woo, she about to be 13. So I was nervous to do like any weights or anything through my pregnancy, but I walked through my whole pregnancy and did Zumba, like light stuff.
Okay.
So I did a lot of Zumba and a lot of like walking through my whole pregnancy. And same thing, the day that I told my doctor, I went to the doctor. I'm like, yeah, I think she's ready to cut. They're like, no, slow down. You got 3 weeks. I'm like, something's telling me. So I'm like, I'm going for a walk. Same thing. Went to Delaware Park, did a whole lap, went home, took a nap, woke up, and I was like, whoa, water broke.
Yep.
Straight to the hospital. The nurse is like, oh, it was the same nurse from the morning. She's like, oh, so you are having a baby today. I said,
told you.
I told you. I was like,
that.
my body said it all. It was so crazy. So it was the same way.
Yeah.
And then like after, like, I mean, it took me a little bit. Same thing. I was trying to figure out how to clear.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, when can I start? I need to do this. So then I started like right away after, but then like I hit postpartum and I didn't know what that was. And I didn't understand what it was because then I had like hated fitness, but we'll talk about that later because I think we're going to talk about it later. But then I took a break and then started back up in 2019.
Okay.
When Janai was like 5 or 6. She was about to turn 6, yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask like one more follow-up question to both of y'all. I know y'all both said y'all went on walks like right before y'all gave birth. Did that help? Did being active during your pregnancy help with labor?
I think so. I had
was it a breeze for you? Or not?
I don't want to say it was a breeze, but I think it did help. I really do because I was 7 centimeters dilated by the time I got to the hospital. Like,
and you got to be
it was
10,
just,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I got there and I like walked in, I was fine. She's like, "Oh, you're walking like you're, just okay." But I think just being active, like I didn't feel like when I talk to like other people, like I think it feels differently. Like when you're like not used to, like you're not moving your body, you're not doing anything. Like I think that contributes to it. So my labor was pretty quick, and I labored at home, which was big. Like I purposely waited until I was further enough along. So by the time I got to the hospital, I was like, okay, let's go. Like it's go time.
Oh, okay.
So we got to the hospital at like 7 p.m. My son was here by 12:44 a.m. So that was all. It was 5 hours for labor and delivery.
Okay.
And I think it went. I think it went well. Like I don't want to say it was a breeze because it was real. It was intense. I did not have an epidural, so I went natural, vaginal, and
the
whole thing. And so it wasn't very intense, but it definitely helped keep me grounded. Like okay, like you're okay. Like it's fine. Like little meditations, all the things. But I think it contributed.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And mine was a little different because my water broke and I had no centimeters at all because I was 3 weeks early.
Right.
So they had to like just induce me. So then, my labor took forever. I was there for 12 hours, but delivery, half an hour. The first 10 seconds of push, they were like, stop. She's right there. I got to get the doctor. I was like, stop. Because the same thing. Don't tell me to stop. My body's telling me that she wants to get out of here. Because same thing, I didn't do epidural. I was scared. I was like, you're not going to poke me in my back. I want to know what I'm doing. My mom had all 3 of us natural, and she told me, she goes, like, God made us. Like, your body tells you what to do. Don't get that thing that's going to mess up your back. So I was like, as soon as I got there, I'm like, nope, I'm going natural. Unless something happens and we got to go to C-section. If everything goes well, God willing, natural. So I did the same thing, no epidural, natural. And because within those first 10 seconds, she was literally right there, like, I would have to say mine was a breeze because I wasn't screaming, hollering. Like, I was hearing all them girls screaming and stuff around. I'm like, Mom, what are they screaming like that? I was scared because I was like, what's happening? Like, I felt like my labor was, like, weird because, like, I mean, uncomfortable compared to what I was told, the little classes they make you take and all the stories you hear. And I was like, so I kept saying, because I was walking and working out through my pregnancy, that had to be the difference.
That's what I said
I was convinced that that's what it was because I was like, what? Like,
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Like in my mind. That's
I
what
feel
made
like
the difference.
I feel like Sarah and Cheryl told us the same thing about like them being active and everything,
Yeah.
especially Cheryl, because I know she said she
Sure,
had
yep.
been. Yeah. So okay, that's good to
Yeah.
know. I mean, you know, like I said, I ain't got no kids, y'all. So it's just interesting to hear these things in my big age and you know people's experiences, and that's good. Okay, so good. That's nice. That's interesting that both of y'all have like similar like
Yeah.
experiences and journeys. You know, different but this almost kind of the same. So, Kay, I think you got the next thing.
I
to talk about?
do. So, Christina, obviously, we both are our mothers. So, every time we ask at least when I ask, I'm going to have you start, okay?
Okay.
So, the next question is, how did motherhood influence the fitness journey decision?
Yeah. So I think maybe knowing, so I was trying to prepare for labor and delivery. So like I think working out for that, like so that kind of prepared me for that. But the actual like motherhood, I want to be strong for my son. Like it's so funny now because I've been working out with him in the room since he was 4 months. So I bought this little $30 chair from Target, and it had little toys that he could like slap and play with them, and like it vibrated, and I would put him in there and he would let me work out for like 45 minutes. He would sit in that chair and just watch me like on the treadmill and doing all the things. And so it started from that, and now like he's literally watching me, all my workouts. Like he is watching what I'm doing. So it like makes me want to just keep going. Like I'm training for a half marathon right now, as I know you guys both know. By the time this airs, it'll be done. But I am training for that next week, and he, you know, like it's like my motivation. It's like, oh, he's gonna be at the finish line. He's watching me. He came to the finish line of my last race, and he wanted to like run, and I'm like, wait, we're too far back. You can't come with me. But like we'll go out, and he'll like look at me. He'd be like, oh, you mark, get set, go, and like he like looks at me, and then like we have to run, like, and so it's If I put my yoga mat out on the floor, before I could even do anything, he runs over, he does his push-ups. He's like, 1, 2, like he like counts his push-ups out. So I just think it's that extra motivation, like to get up and do it, even when you don't feel like it. And really just like the mental aspect. I know we're going to touch on postpartum in a bit, but like that being proactive about combating postpartum was huge for me. I'm like, I need to work out for my sanity.
Yeah.
Like I'm a better person when I'm doing a workout. So that's what
and we know that part of it is not just exclusive to mothers. It's just, I mean, we know my story, so it's like I wasn't functioning without like until I got into fitness. I wasn't, and then when I don't get to work out, things start to spiral and things get crazy. So that's, I mean, it's fair. It's not you know, exclusive to being a mother, but yeah, I can only imagine because I already know. Like, I think I know enough mothers to know about postpartum and what it can do and how it can be, and what, if you don't be proactive about it, you know, how detrimental it can be.
Intentional.
So that is,
Very intentional.
And are you going to answer your own question? Or
I am going to answer my own question. So,
I ain't got nothing to add.
You don't got nothing to add? No. So, for me, I would have to say, so it was like, okay, we were talking about it with the postpartum part. So from the minute I had her until she was like, she was 6. So she was 6. I wasn't really consistent, and I was so stuck. Like I was in this dark place because of the postpartum, because I was just kind of dealing with like the completely body change, and that was hard to kind of like accept. So like when I just remember, I won't forget. I didn't like going to like the gyms and not knowing the like daycare people there, because it was like random kids. I'm like, are y'all certified? Like my kid, like my mom, like her dad's a nurse, so like he made sure to go to overnight, so he had her during the day while I was working. And if we both worked, my mom had her. So like Janaya never went to a daycare, so I'm like, why would I put her in daycare? It was like mom guilt. So it was just like so hard for me. So I just remember when I first took her with me to NOB. Jean was running those classes at the church on Zion, and just seeing her watching me and her face, like looking like, oh, my mom could do this. Because, you know, now this when she's 6 years old, she plays soccer, she swims. So she's active.
Damn, she played soccer too?
Yeah. Yeah, until she started, I know, she was so good. But soccer and swim are both all year round. So she had to pick one. She had to choose. So she chose swim, of course. But I just remember, like, you know, like she will never understand like, oh, that's how I felt. I'm like, she will never understand, oh, if my mom was always telling me like, oh, I used to do this, 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 right? So, and then I'm telling her what to do, how to do certain things while she's like, you know, going through soccer and swim, but she doesn't see me do it. Like, so that was like what motivated me and what like gave me that influence of like, oh, you gotta be about what you talk. You can't keep telling this little girl what you used to do and she not seeing it. So when I went to the gym and I saw her, I get goosebumps because I still remember. It was so crazy. It was just how excited she was. So I think for her, she was so little, but she was able to put probably, because I asked her, she was like, yeah, I still remember. And I think it was because you used to say all this stuff you used to do, but I never saw it. So when I saw it, and I was like a lot bigger. So this is when I started my journey. I was 267 pounds. So on top of that, she's like, when I saw you doing all that stuff, and it was all those people, and like, and then I was with Tanel. And Tanel, like, you know, she always been into fitness, so it's like she was killing it. So she was like, just seeing me doing it with everyone else, she was like, oh, my mom could do this, you know? So just seeing like how light up her face and her eyes were so big, like I could see her like where I was, because I made sure like I still was able to see what she was doing, because Gene wasn't playing. He like, make sure your kid don't move, don't run, stay still, get an iPad. So I still,
and you know, strict over there.
Yeah, you go fitness daycare, y'all better watch out. Not playing. But yeah, so I was one of those, like, I knew she will like sit still, but I still wanted to make sure like, is she okay? Is she sitting? Like, but and since that day, I never looked back ever since.
Yeah.
So it just kind of ignites something in you that you probably didn't even know existed.
Yeah, like seeing them.
That's what I'm gathering.
Seeing, like, just watching, like, when they start really mimicking what you're doing, at least mine, because he's 2. So just to see him doing what, you know, he's seeing, like, me and my husband do. Like, we work out in front of him all the time. And, like, it's just, it's really amazing.
That's
I feel like he's going to be, like, a little athlete. Like, I can already, it's already in the making. Like, I can already see it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Aww, maybe one day.
Come on, I need a nephew.
Yeah.
Oh, she say this every single episode, literally every single time. Like, girl, get off of me. Okay, so honestly, I feel like maybe we could just roll that into the postpartum. Yeah, I want to talk about that now.
Yeah, we can
now. So you want to just ask like your question?
The question was, did you experience postpartum, and if you did, how did you overcome it?
Yeah. So mine was postpartum anxiety, not postpartum depression. I feel like a lot of time we talk about postpartum depression, and of course this can be one and the same, but I feel like I had a lot of anxiety after having my kid, like just not knowing, like I was very much like, you giving me this little baby to take home? I didn't change his diaper for weeks, y'all. My husband changed all the diapers, like in the beginning. Like I was scared to touch this little baby. Like I was like scared to like change him, like he was so little. So I just had a lot of anxiety, like, and I was a breastfeeding mom. So like I was trying to produce enough, and like I wasn't producing enough breast milk, and I didn't really know why. And this was before I actually knew that hydration and nutrition was such a huge factor in it. I thought that I had done my research, and in hindsight, I did not. I really didn't. Like the things that I was learning along the way, I'm like, I didn't know any of this until maybe like 6-7 months in. I think I finally started to get a groove. But then I was working out, and I'm like, well, I'm burning all these calories, and I have to make, so it was like a sacrifice. Like, okay, do I not work out as much because I'm trying to produce milk? Like it was just the back and forth. And then I went back to work 3 months. Like he was 3 months out. I went back. We had just gone through like this conversion at work, so everything was changing there. We had new people on the team. We were training. Like it was so many big things happening at once that I had a whole lot of anxiety. And I really used fitness as my outlet. I really did. Like that was something I knew, like me and my husband talked about it pretty early on. Like, okay, how can I support you? How can you support me type of thing? And I'm like, hey, I need an hour. I need an hour at night. It doesn't matter the time. Whenever you finish what you got going on, or like whenever it like works out, I just need 1 hour to sit here and do my workout. And at that point I was trying to do it like without him my kid sitting in the room. And so I'm like, okay, you take him for an hour and I get my workout done. And it was just my time to myself. And I think that really helped. Like it just helped like minimize like the symptoms, like the effects of it a bit. And then I was able to kind of just work through it. And now, you know, things have stabilized. Like, but yeah, postpartum is no joke. Like, I'm glad that people are talking about it more though. Like, this is not something I can even think just 5-10 years ago, like this was not, it was not normalized, and like it wasn't talked about, so no one knew how to support you or what to do. Yeah. Like, what can I do? Like, you that was 13 years ago that you experienced that. Like,
and no, you didn't hear too much about it.
Yeah.
So like for me, like it was out there, but I don't think postpartum, even the word was a thing that people will use, right? It was, that term was not being used. So like for me, I was just like, I don't know what's going on. So it was a little similar. Like I was back at home because I was so scared, like about like what am I gonna do with this baby? I don't know. I was 21 years old. And I'm like, her dad's a nurse. I'm like, he got it. He could figure it out. He in medical. Like, so like, but the same thing. Like, I didn't really like change her. I was scared because she was so little, and I had her early surgery. I was only like 6 pounds. Yeah, she was tiny. She was real small. So like, my mom would help me with them, but mine, I think, was more the depression, because I went from, like, my mom had 3 kids and doesn't have not one stretch mark. And then for me, I'm like, what, did a tiger just came and attack me? Like, what just happened? So then, like, I'm like, I didn't have a stretch mark. I mean, a little bit in the side, when we grow up, but outside of that, like, in my stomach, nothing. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is what happens because I had this baby. So like, like my mental was crazy, and like all the thoughts that I was getting, like obviously, like I just felt like, well, I just let my mom and her dad like handle her. So it took me even a minute to even connect a little bit, because I was so stuck on like, this is what I look like now. Like, what is this all about? But then I started like all this crying out of nowhere, like just crying, and like I couldn't figure out why I was crying. Then I wanted to breastfeed, and I was upset because I knew, like, because I worked out and I was starting my fitness, I wanted to continue it. So, but of course they tell you can't work, same thing. So then I'm like, well, they're saying, because I was asking them, but they did tell me that, like, if you're going to breastfeed, you got to watch your working out because of the burning calories. So I'm like, so now on top of that, I look like this and I can't work out, so I'm just going to just stay like this. And I heard that, what people tell you, I mean, I'm like at 21 years old, so I'm like, people say, like, work out as soon as you get cleared, because then you bounce right back. Well, that didn't happen, because now I'm trying to, like, breastfeed, and I was told not to work out enough, or not a lot, so you could still do what you have to do, produce. That's not producing. Then it's my fault. I don't want to give my daughter formula. So now I'm going through the whole, like, oh my goodness, I'm not giving her the healthy option. I'm giving her this powder. Who knows what's in it? So then, like, me being me, I taste everything my kid was going to put in her mouth. I taste the formula. I was like, oh, this is disgusting. Like, I'd rather give her, like, breast milk. So, like, it was so much. Like, so much. And it took forever for me to, like, get out of that. Like, I honestly feel like I was in postpartum pie for like a good 2-3 years, and because I had her back when I was 21 13 years ago, where no one knew what it was, and it was like, you're just being crazy, get over it. You had a kid, it's what happens. Like, you're just being depressed.
And that part, it's what happens thing. So and I kind of want to like bring it to like the Black and brown community. So I know, like, I'm positive my mother went through the postpartum thing without having an idea as to what it is. And I feel like back then we just kind of we had to keep going, especially being Black women, Black people, and brown people, So it's like having to just push past, like, okay, I got these kids, now I got to go back to work. Now I got to do this, now I got to do that. And then, like, no matter how many kids, my mother had 4 kids she had 3 kids under 3 at one point. So, yes, you think so? You think so? No. Still don't know how that's unbelievable. So that being the case, and it's like, all I know is that my mother, I've never known her not to go to work. As far as back I can remember, there was never a time that I know of that she was just at home with us or anything like that. No support, like the support system wasn't there. So it's like all of those things have an effect on you and subsequently on your family. So I don't think people understand, like, and I feel like, and I'm focused obviously on the Black and brown community, because we are Black and brown women, and this is the communities that we come from, different from other people's communities. So I already know, and we can get on like the lack of resources, the lack of knowledge, where our people come from, and what we did or did not know. Like, it's, so for you to be in a space, I think you having your kid more recently, as opposed to you having your kid from 13 years ago, it's even that time difference.
For sure.
Like, you dealing with postpartum and feeling like it was like years on end, and you dealing with it, and finding your groove a little bit early on. It's like that's a blessing.
Yeah.
I feel like if you speak to
really
people,
is.
like, even just the differences here, and then speak to people who had kids before, and I'm curious, like, did your mothers have any not have any experience or advice to give you during that time, or was it something you had to figure out on your own?
My mom didn't. She's
No.
real old school. Like, she just didn't have any, like, we never talked about it. Like,
Right.
that is not something that we discussed at all, honestly. Like, I don't really think I talked about postpartum really with anybody. But I isolated my first, those first, I won't even say the first year. Like, it took me a solid year to really, like, even start to feel like myself again. Like, I remember right before my son's first birthday, like, he was like 11 months, and like something switched inside of me, and I was like, I feel good. Like, I feel different. And like, it wasn't like, oh, I feel like the old me. Cause like, you never really feel like the old you. Like, that is not a thing.
I mean,
like,
you're a different person now.
yeah,
You
like,
should
so
be,
it wasn't like I feel like the old me, but it's like, I feel like I'm becoming this different version of myself that I am becoming familiar with and comfortable with, and getting my confidence back. Like, it took a year to recognize just how much it was gone. And that's when I didn't realize how deep into like anxiety I was until that like 11, 12 mark. I'm like, ooh, that wasn't normal, the way I was feeling those couple of months. Like, but in the moment, I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. I'm working, I'm doing all the things to like fill my time. Oh, I'm working out and I'm talking to my friends a little bit. But when I look back, I'm like, no, that was not, that was not what it was. It really wasn't. But it did take like a solid year to like get to that point. But my mom, no. She's supportive in a lot of ways, but that's just not something. That's not something that that generation.
Yeah.
I don't want to categorize it, but like they don't talk about stuff
No,
like that.
it's good to
I
categorize
know.
it,
I don't
because
even
if
want
you
to
really-
say it, but they really don't.
They
Like,
don't.
they don't understand. Like you
No.
said, like they think that you're like complaining or like you are like you're being dramatic, and it's like, no, I really am feeling this way. Like no one talks about the hormones, like that
Oh,
hormonal
my
shift.
goodness.
Like
I mean-
they're talking about it now, but like they were not talking about. Nobody told me what
I can't even
that was
imagine,
gonna
'cause
feel
I
like.
just think about our hormones on a regular
Yeah,
with our cycles.
and it's like amplified. Like, yeah, it is. It really is. It's like that times 100. Like, it is totally different. There's days where I'm like, I don't even know who I am right now. I don't know what's going on. What am I talking? And then it takes to get out of it. Like all of the things that I say about my first year of motherhood, like a lot of it is like in hindsight. Like it's like, well, in hindsight this, in hindsight that. But in the moment, like I was just going through the motions, making sure my kid was taken care of, the household was okay, like even with the support system. But it just still was very much like I'm just rolling with it. Yeah. But no, people don't.
What I know you probably have a similar. Like
Yeah.
your mom, did she have any, or anybody have any type of like?
So like in like in culture Hispanic, they don't even like they don't talk about depression, don't talk about anxiety. You talk about that, you crazy. Like, and it's just like, so that's not even talked about. Like it's a lot of stuff that like they don't even talk to us about. Like not no birth control. Like they so old school to a point where like I'm gonna get a little TMI, but like when we're on our cycle, we got two different options. So tampon, they're like absolutely not. Like you're not supposed to. Like there was so much stuff that they didn't.
Really?
Yeah, they're my family like from like they're very old school, but all of that stuff. So no, they ain't talk about any. Cause one, I feel like because no one ever talked to them about it, they don't even know about it. So that, and for me, it was even harder because my mom was always a stay-home mom. So now we bumping heads because I'm like, you don't get it. I'm working 40 hours. I'm trying to work out. And then like she already has my daughter all day long because I'm at work. And Sean's working. So now it's one of those things like, now I feel guilty because now I'm like, well, I don't want to burn the two bridges I have, which is her dad and my mom. They're watching while I'm at work. Now I have to find them. I'm going to ask them to watch her for another hour and a half so I could travel, work out, travel, come back. They didn't want to do that. So like, my mom and I, she will never, like, I feel like even to this day, like, the biggest supporter I have, like, I mean, best grandma my daughter could have. But will she ever understand me and I understand her? No. Like, I have to work 40 hours. I run a business. I do this. I do that while still being a full-time mom.
Two different lived
So,
experiences.
yeah, two different. So, not saying that, like, it was easier for her, because I know for a fact I saw everything that she had to do. The cooking, the cleaning, the bills, the this, to make sure, because my dad traveled all the time. So she technically at some points really was doing it all alone. It was like dating someone, being married to someone in the military. They'll be gone for months. So she really at times that it felt, I'm sure it felt she was a single mom.
Right.
So it's like, so, but because it was so different of me working, her not working, you know, she's like, well, I did it. Figure it out. You wanted to be a mom, be a mom. And I'm like, yo, I hear you, but you don't hear me.
It's not
so,
the
yeah.
same.
So
Right.
it's like she was supported, but not in that capacity. We talk about it now that, like, not at 13, now we talk about it and we, like, laugh about it, obviously, and stuff like that. But, like, you know, my little brother and I, like, 12 years apart, like I was saying. So she kind of hand off to me, like, yeah, you could have those weird conversations, like those uncomfortable conversations with him, because, like you said, that generation, they just are stuck their way. I don't care what nobody say, they are stuck their
in their
way.
ways. They really, and they know it too, and that's why it's up, like, you know, breaking generational curses. That it is on us.
Yes.
Like we can't. I want things to be normalized in my household that like we didn't talk about at all in my household growing up. Like I didn't learn it until.
And honestly, that's my biggest thing right now for me, is that working on breaking generational curses before I decide to bring life into the world. I feel like it's a lot of them in my lineage that have been tough for me over my, like, what, childbearing years, right? And being 33, not having kids, sometimes I be like, yeah, so what I'm gonna do, you know? But at the same time, I'd be like, you know, everything is on God's timing. That's how I think, and that's how I believe. But I think a big thing for me is, like, the whole generational curse thing, like, and that being a part of it. Like, it's just a lot of things that I feel like personally, I wouldn't be comfortable, and I feel like I don't want to bring a life into the world. I feel like I'm gonna fail my child based off of the things that they're coming into. So I want things kind of be like, I did the work, so now I know that I'm going to be able to contribute, even if it doesn't go the way that I think it's going to go. At least I did the work to, you know, make sure that I set them up for success. And you know, the environment that they grow up, the household that they grow up in, is like a supportive and, I guess, like, cliche term, progressive type, you know, because, like, all things considered, from where we come from, I want it to be different, just based off of, like, you know, everything that I know, everything that I've experienced. So like, I commend y'all for, like, being where you are now and being so, like, proactive in that way. Like, that's awesome. I love that. Love to hear it. So okay, did we talk about time management?
No,
we did
not.
Okay, so we can talk. Actually, I want to talk about. We can touch on time management last, because I think this is a good time to roll into the bouncing back factor. I know both of y'all mentioned like not being, because being a mother, like, carrying a life is probably I think they say it's the closest thing to death you're gonna get, right? So if you can carry a child, birth a child, is the closest thing to death that you get without actually dying, right? So your body changes. I can only imagine, like, you carry life, like, and I think it's amazing that God made us that way. But then we also we consider our bodies. Like, I think about, like, me not being a mom, and then if I have a baby, how my body is no longer mine, and my life is no longer mine. Like, I know that just from being in community with women who have kids. So I want to talk about the whole bouncing back factor, because one, we know that body image is a thing, right? You lived in your body your whole. How old are you, Christina?
31.
31.
I have to think about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be 32.
So after 30, you be like, I don't know, I'm 30 something.
31.
Right. So you're right. So 31, 33, and 34, right?
Yeah.
You'll be 35 this year.
Yep. Right. 35. So I'm fine. Oh, sorry.
Right. I know. That's the tagline?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Period.
got it.
Love
We
that.
know that.
Love
Good to
that.
know. Get the merch ready. Being in your 30s, you've been in your body for this long, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom, now you got to share it with a person. Grow a person, share it with a person. Now you got to share your life with a person that, you know. So I say all that to say, what does getting your body back mean to you? Let's start there. Christina.
Getting my body back. I think just feeling normal. Like that was what it was for me. Like feeling, because it wasn't just like my weight. It was just how I felt, like in my skin. Like how, like, so getting it back was really like, okay, how do I feel now versus like right after postpartum or right after I had my baby. So like getting it back, I feel like that was it. Like just getting back to a point where I felt comfortable in my skin and comfortable with what, like how I felt. Like it really was not, for me, it wasn't about how I looked for the for a while. Like I was not in like, oh, snap back culture. Like I wanted to snap back. Like it was not that. I gave myself so much grace after I had my baby. Like
Love that.
I really did. I was like, okay, I'm going to start working out for my mental, but I did not have the physical, like that wasn't my driver. Like I was not trying to like lose weight quick after I had my baby.
Okay.
Yeah, I really wasn't.
And you know what's crazy? I just feel like in the fitness community, I find a lot of women like asking, how do I get rid of this? Or I want to get back to looking like this. I want to, like they just drop a baby and now their concern is like, how do you get back to looking, fitting into those jeans that you wore before you became a mom or something?
I put them all in the attic. I stopped thinking about them jeans. I'm like, it's going to be a minute till I get back in those jeans. I'm just
And you were okay with
put
that?
them away. In the moment I was. I really was in that moment. I knew that I wanted to work out, but it wasn't with the sole purpose of losing weight.
Okay.
It really, like, my driver was for sure my mental space. Like, I was working out for my mental space.
What about you, Kay, when you had 9? Like, what was your idea? Like, what did, like, getting your body back mean to you?
Yeah, so because I had her so young, I was 21 when I had her. So I will have to say in the beginning, like it wasn't until I was in my 30s where I was like, man, it is. I am about to be back to look like when I was 21. So when I first had her, because I was so young, I was expecting that bounce back, and I felt because I was working out and all that stuff, and then I was like confused because like of course I'm like, they say you work out, you know, but like I was all water. Like I gained 75 pounds through my whole pregnancy, and Janae was 6 pounds. I lost like 30 pounds
I was
of
about
water.
that too. I gained about 65 pounds when I was pregnant, even like with the walking, but I ate like crap my pregnancy, y'all. I really did. I use it as an excuse. Like, oh, I'm pregnant. I can eat my steaks up. I was eating my steaks up. I was drinking my Pepsi. I'm like, my baby wants some Pepsi. I was doing all the things my pregnancy. It was awful. I loved gummy bears. I ate gummy bears my whole pregnancy. Like, can you go get me a thing of gummy bears?
That is
So
funny.
yeah, 65 pounds.
Yeah.
And then tiny.
Yeah. So I think for me was because it was a big difference. Like, you know, we talk, like I said before, I didn't even have big chest. That came after my daughter.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
ain't had
told
no
me that.
stretch mark. I had all these extra, all these stretch marks. And I was like, oh my goodness, I could see like a little bit inside. They're everywhere. Like, what the heck? You know, so I tried a bunch of creams, all this stuff, because I want them to be gone. They're not going nowhere, you know? And then, like, for me, it was hard because I think I said it last episode, but like, I have a big body bone. Like, from my dad's side, we just big. Like, all of the girls were super tall, you know, big thighs. Like, my mom is tiny. So then I'm like, what the heck? My mom had 3 kids, not one stretch mark. And like she ate like crap through all her pregnancies. Like, and I saw with my little brother. Girl, my dad had to go drive when he was in town all the way to PA to get her donuts from Krispy Kreme donut. Girl,
Good, though.
he was
I like Famous Donuts better.
I do. I do too.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like in the beginning, yes, of course, you know, and then because I was just hoping, I'm like, maybe I'll get this from my mom, maybe I'll just bounce back. But then I was thinking, my mom's like, oh no, those are stretch marks, because when I was pregnant, it was super dark. So I'm like, she's like, oh, they'll get lighter, they'll go away, and I'm like, okay, we'll see. So I did the same thing. I saved all my clothes. I still got one one pair still. Janiyah about to be 13. I don't care. I still got one pair. Then I was like, I'm not going to get
pre-baby.
Oh, that's
yes.
so
Okay.
So I did save a lot of them, but then eventually, like, and because I didn't start my journey till she was like 6, I'm like, all right, like it's time to just figure something out. So when I first started my journey, I was looking for that look. I was looking for that bounce. I don't care if she's 6 years old. I'm gonna bounce back. I'm gonna say, yeah, 6 baby. What they call it? Baby weight. I don't care. It's a 6-year weight. I got teenager weight. Whatever. I don't care. But then, like I mentioned before, I did get down to the same around where I was before I had my daughter, and I hated it.
I know you told me.
And I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, like this is not what I want.
It's
And
like that goal changed.
Yes.
Like, remember, I was like, I wanted to look slim, and now I'm like, I can't believe I look that small. Like, I look at pictures like that, and I'm like, that was tiny. Like, I didn't have not a nothing. I had no curve. I didn't have nothing. I was just like, no.
Straight up and down.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, and that was in
Yeah.
2019. I think I got really, I lost my weight pretty quick on my journey though too, because I think my body kind of was just like, knew I was just over my weight, my normal. So as soon as I started working, it started coming right off, melting literally off. Yeah. So I think in 2021, I think I hit that, and I was like, oh, finally. So I'm like, all right, this is good. But then I was just like, ew, I look scrawny because I'm tall, so I just look small. And I'm like, oh, I don't like this at all. And then, but that's when I was like, I'm so silly. What am I trying to bounce back? My daughter day near 8 years old, I'm trying to bounce back. What am I even doing? Like, bounce back what, girl? So that's when I was like, you know what? And that's when it switched for me. And that's when I went like, you know what? I don't even care no more. As long as I'm fit, I can move, I feel strong.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yep.
And that's when I started getting comfortable, get my confidence back. And even now, like, even with the RA and like figuring all that stuff out, that's even a whole different change. But like, I'm so glad that I was already in that mental of like getting rid of like the slim and the bounce back and I want to look small or whatever it was. And now it's all like, yeah, it's all for my mental. And as long as I feel good, I don't care about nothing else.
That is really it. Like, I tell people that all the time. I'm like, don't pay attention to that weight on the scale. Yeah. Like, it just does not matter. It really doesn't. Like, to me. And that's what I'm like, you know.
Right.
And you can have that weight on the scale can be the same for 5 people, and you look at them, they have totally different body types. Totally different.
Completely
like, you can't, you know, that can't be the only motivation.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. And I
to
guess
drop that weight.
that's a good, like, roll into, like, my next question I wanted to know is, like, how has your relationship with your body shifted since becoming a mother?
Definitely I want to look good. Obviously, everybody does. Because, like, when you look good, you feel good. Like, it comes with, like, the confidence. But it really is not the, you know, looking good factor is not, like, the driver of it. Like, so for me, it really is, you know, it's for my confidence, I think. Like, working out is for confidence and for, like, my mental space. Like, when I'm working out, I feel like I show up in rooms differently. Like, I can get on a call and, like, I'm leading a call and I just feel sharp because I'm like, oh, I worked out today. Like, I feel, like, mental clarity, like, all the things. Like, that is, like, that's, like, the motivation. And, like, the body, you know, it just kind of comes with it. But, like, it's also up and down. Like, my body weight fluctuates, like, crazy. And I could be doing the same thing every week. And it's like, oh, okay, here we are today.
You look different. You weigh something different. You just don't know what's going on.
Yes.
And I think we touched about that in the body dysmorphia episode. So it's like I do think that like image is I feel like image has always been like a huge factor when it comes to fitness in general. Yeah. And I think like when people become mothers, that whole like snapback thing, and it's like your relationship, and it's good to hear that your relationship with your body, like with you, is less about like what you look like but more about how you feel. Yeah. And that's really what fitness is. You know, how do you feel, what are you capable of doing, not about what you look like, because I think I've mentioned before that like when I started my journey, and even to this day, like I've never been focused on like what I'm going to look like. I just went to the gym because I needed to work out and wanted to like have the ability to do things, and whatever came with that movement and whatever came with my routines and my lifting and whatever it is I was doing is what my body was going to look like regardless. And my body has been through so many different changes as far as what it looks like, to the point where it's like I've never ever, it wasn't until people started like making a spectacle of like what I looked like, to where it was like I started like being like, oh, like, you know, a little bit more like hyper vigilant about like focusing on things like that. Yeah. And then once I realized, I was like, this ain't even me. And it's like, I'm just going to continue to just go to the gym and just work out. And whatever my body looks like. If I get smaller here, if I get bigger here, whatever it is, right? Like, and right, obviously, like for me, I'm just on like a weight gain type thing, a gain and maintaining thing. And that's always been my goal, though. So whatever it looks like is what it looks like, you know? And I just love that your relationship with your body is not like, I know you said like you used to want it to be slim, but now it's just like it's more about how you feel, and I would assume ability too, because you said you want to be strong for your son. So yeah, and I know it's the same thing for you. So I just like that it's not about like I want to look like something,
really
you know.
Like I don't have like I remember being younger, and I had a picture of Drea Michelle.
I was gonna say, did you have like a body
she was
type?
like my screensaver on like the back of like my phone, and I will never. She was like, it was like a kid. She was just so like petite, like she was so slim, and I'm like, I want to look like just like that, like just like real slim. And I'm like, I don't have no body goals. Like I'll take pictures, and the first thing I used to look at was like, oh I look fat. Oh, I look this, and I'll be like, oh, look at that quad. Oh, look at that bicep. Like I'm like looking at the muscles.
Listen, she
and
posted
not
a picture. Was it a picture?
Listen, it was. I couldn't believe the way that body was looking. I said, oh.
I said, okay.
I was doing the upper body program. I said, I look strong.
That's right.
I know that's right.
Like truly,
it's working. Like,
it's like I think the best compliment is to get like you work out. I could tell you work out.
Like that. Okay, arms. Like anybody be like, okay, arms. Like okay, I'd be like, yeah, you see me? I've been lifting these weights. Like I'm lifting some heavy weights. I'm throwing some weights around.
I know that's right.
That is I'm not just walking on the treadmill. Ain't nothing wrong. Walking is great, y'all. I'm not saying nothing wrong with walking, but I want to lift some heavy weights. I can't wait till this race is over so I could be done with running. Yeah. I've been running 4 or 5 days a week. Tired of it, y'all.
Oh,
tired of running.
You're almost there.
I'm almost there. It's been great. The training has been great, but I am tired of running. I want to lift some weights.
And look at me, I just started running.
Yeah,
so
I'm doing good too.
Nothing too crazy now.
Yeah, and you're not fast. Your time's been good.
Those are good times.
I mean, for me, I know there's people that be running like 7 miles. I am not one of those people. So
my boyfriend, he's a marathon runner. So you think so?
Yeah, no, I can't do it. No. I'm not doing a full marathon.
I'd be like, whew. I'd be winded after. But you know what? I be running at Delaware Park, and Delaware Park is like hilly. So I feel like I want to know like what it's like to run on a flat, like a 2 miles on like a flat surface to see like what my time actually is. But I don't know what the time
I will say, I used to think that Delaware Park was hilly.
Oh, it's not.
And then I did that Syracuse 10 miler, and then with some real hills. Delaware is crazy. Not like Delaware is like a 2% incline. And somebody fact check me. I really wonder what would Delaware like equate to? But like I do sprints up like 8%, 9% incline. So like Delaware is not really as hilly as I used to think it was. To be honest.
Listen, I know the spots where I get to, and I be trying to.
I'm going the other way.
Right by.
What? I'm running
by the expressway.
Going up the
expressway. That's like a cute little maybe 3%. Maybe the expressway is like a 3%.
That joint is kind of steep. Oh no!
I gotta show you the videos from. I was like looking up, like I was looking up a mountain. I'm like, ooh, okay.
That's how it is in Puerto Rico.
Oh, I would have walked.
It was hill.
I remember I played myself at Delaware Park trying to rollerblade up that hill. I was about to rollerblade rolling down.
Listen,
I said, oh my God, this is horrible.
Listen, when I was younger, I used to rollerblade a lot. So I used to rollerblade around Delaware Park, and it used to be like 6 to 10 laps every time. And I just had to pace myself when I get to that hill. Because I'd be like, okay, got to dig in. Gotta push, you know.
Yeah, that's how to run with that stroller.
Listen, I went rollerblading recently. Was that last week? One of them days it was real nice. And I went rollerblading instead of running. Well, I actually planned to run after, and I left my sneakers, but that's another story. But regardless, I was rollerblading, and I was like, okay, I want to see if I still got it. You know, I got to that hill, and it's like, and it's an ego thing, because it's like you riding by the expressway, and people, and they going slower now.
Oh yeah, I didn't got a text message before. I saw you at Delaware. What? You saw me where?
I can't be looking crazy getting up this hill. I said, I gotta look like I know what I'm doing. I felt so crazy going up there. I was like, and I just coasted down.
That hill gets me right after. You like, oh, I could do this. There's a breeze going down.
I'm pick it up now. Oh my God. Okay, so. But I love that about y'all mindset for the bouncing back in the body, how your relationship with your body and how you see it now. you know, being a mother. And I think that's important because, like, obviously that's something that you can pass down to your kids. And, you know, the mindset, like your mindset is really what you pass down to your children. It's not
No,
necessarily about
seriously.
anything else.
Yep.
And they, not only are they watching what you do, they can watch what you do, but if you're saying and doing
Yes.
other things and, you know, it affects them. So
It does. So I will, just to like touch on that. So I won't forget that one day I was like looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh, this stupid stretch marks and I look fat and blah, blah, blah. And Jeanette's like, you're not fat, mommy. And this is what I was like at my biggest. She's like, I love you. You're not fat. So then in my head, I'm like, oh no.
I can't say
I'm
that.
sitting
You
here
can't
talking about all this
yourself.
stuff.
Yep.
And like, who cares? My kid loves
Yeah.
me. They're not gonna care if I'm skinny, big, fat, thick,
yeah.
slim. They don't care about
Right.
none of that. So that was another thing for me.
Oh, that was
that,
so cute.
like,
I'm so sorry.
eh,
I know I can just think of her little face just saying something like
baby.
that. That's so cute.
So like, yeah. So then like now that she's older and like she works out with me and we do things together, I don't know. Like it's just like the whole mindset is so different. Like I don't care if I look like more. I just like I said, as long as I
such
could
a
move, I'm
mindset
moving, I'm fit.
Yeah.
Like that is what matters to me because now she could, you know, she could see and hear the same thing. It matches what she's hearing. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. So, do we want to touch on time management before we get to our flex and reflect?
Yeah, so the question is how do you handle your time management and stay motivated on days when you feel exhausted and overwhelmed?
Yeah. My time management skills are impeccable, y'all. Like
Oh, no, that's right.
I'm real good with time management. I'm not gonna get on here and lie to y'all. Like everything is on the calendar. I know what I have to do that day. Like I look and see what meetings I have. Me and my husband have a shared calendar, so I look at what events we have. If he has a work event, I know what time he got that, so I know who has the kid when. Like everything is on the calendar. I schedule my workouts. So the thing with Peloton, like they do live classes. And I use that to hold me accountable. I like to take my classes live because I'm like, okay, I know Monday at 5:30 I got a cycling class with AT. Tuesday I'm running with Marcel. Like I know their schedule and it helps me schedule my workouts better that way.
We
So
talked about that last time too. How we
yeah.
schedule everything around our workout.
I really
Yeah.
do. Like I picked so we're back in the office hybrid, and so they were like asking us to pick days. I said, okay, well I like the lunch break. It's the Liddy lunch break is what she call it on Thursday. So I'm like, I got to work from home on Thursdays so that I can do my workout at 12 o'clock. Like I schedule everything. So like my time management skills are good.
Okay.
And how do I stay motivated when I'm exhausted? I still get a pretty good amount of sleep like every night, but I also just give myself that grace. Like you'll hear me say that all the time. Like I give myself grace. If I am too tired to work out and it's like a really like I'm exhausted, like I will do more harm than good if I do this workout. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do the workout.
Same.
I'll do it tomorrow. Like there, so it's just giving myself that grace and just knowing like it'll get done. It just might not be today. Like, so that's really how, and it's like discipline. Like it's really not just motivation. I tell people that too. They're like, oh, you're so motivated. I'm disciplined. I am disciplined. There are plenty of workouts. The last 2 weeks, I've dreaded every single run that I've done. I'm not gonna lie. Like I have not wanted to run. Like I've dreaded all of them. But then I also know as soon as I do it, I'm gonna feel so much better. So it's like it's mindset. Like it's that mindset shift. It's like, okay, I don't feel like it, but as soon as I do it, I'm gonna have so much energy to get through the rest of the day. So I need to do it like for the greater good. So just knowing that.
Yeah. What about you? I mean, she's also.
My calendar very colorful.
Yeah.
Very colorful.
Listen.
Like it's to a point like thank God her dad and I are not together, but we get along. We co-parent. We're really good friends. So like he gets a calendar too.
Yeah.
Listen, we ain't gonna share a calendar, but I'm gonna send you this calendar. And I highlight, I'm pink, you're blue. And it's funny because he'll text me like, "Are you sending me the calendar? Like, you got it."
Yep.
So because like he gets her his dates, so it works out perfect because it's like, all right, cool. At least I could breathe the 2 days that he gets her like during the week because I could just do what I have to do. But same thing, like that's why I like the NLB classes because they hold me accountable. So like I'm like on days that like I have the classes, I know okay I got the classes, and then so it's funny how I do my agenda. So my agenda goes Janaya's swim meets, Janaya's softball games, her practice, my gym, my appointments, and then that's just the order that it goes.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I stay to the T with my calendar and stuff like that. Now, when I'm exhausted, like today was a day. Today was like a exhausting, overwhelmed from the whole week, and I was just like, I'm just tired. So like I said, I was trying to go for some heavier weights, but then I got there, I was like, huh, what? I could only push, I could press 90, and that's all I got in me right now. So I knew I was exhausted and overwhelmed. So back then, I would have walked out the doors like, forget this. I'm not doing this. I can't do this. I can't do it. So I'm gone. But yeah, it was just kind of one of those things. Like, you know what? Discipline. I'm already here. I said I was going to do this. I said going forward, I just had to make sure I move my body somehow, some way. So I was like, kettlebells it is. Let's just do some kettlebell stuff, movement, just move. So mindset for me have always, that's like the biggest thing. And discipline. You lose motivation easily. Anybody, that's you know. So like for me, I always tell people all the time, like if you want this, you have to be disciplined. Because if you're not disciplined, that motivation is not gonna always be there.
No, that's where when
It's
motivation
always
fails,
be
discipline gotta kick in.
Yep.
Gotta kick in.
Yeah, and it just takes so much to like feel. It takes so much for me to like feel like my best self. Like you have to do so much to prepare for it. I'm like, did I take my magnesium last night? Did I take my allergy pill? I got to take my inhaler before I do this run. But then I have to do it. Like there's just so many things in order for me to like get going. But it's like you just have to get it done.
Yep.
This morning, my son woke up at 4 a.m. with a fever. So like for a Monday morning, it started all out of whack. So I'm up from 4 to 6, and I'm like, okay, I should not go back to sleep. I went back to sleep, threw me all off. I should have just stayed up.
Yeah.
Woke up, had an order to do, had to go to work, had somebody shadowing. Like I've been off 2 hours all day. Like I've been behind schedule 2 hours, but I'm like, okay, know that I had this. I'm still gonna try to do a workout tonight. I'm not gonna try. I'm still gonna do a workout tonight.
Yes,
That's right.
But
you're
I don't have to change it. I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna be on you too.
It, right.
You're gonna get your run done tonight too.
I'm gonna do 2 miles with you. I'm tapering, so I don't have to do that much. I'm gonna just do a couple. We're gonna do our 2 miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Make sure you do it.
Okay. Well. So now it is time to flex and reflect. So I just want to ask a brief question, just to wrap everything up. What advice would you give yourself? Give to yourself as a new mom from the mom that you are today. So, what would you give to either yourself as a new mom and new moms out there, actually, as from the mom that you are today? And then we'll ask you too.
I would definitely just say, like, give yourself grace.
You
Give
said that
yourself.
a lot today.
That is the biggest thing. I say that a lot because that is really the key. Like, you do not have to be that hard on yourself. I think what was the title of y'all? Was it last podcast? I was like, it's not that serious.
not that serious.
I say that all the time because stuff really don't be that serious. It's not that serious. Like, give yourself grace. Ask for help. Ask for help if you need help. Lean on the people around you. Don't isolate. If you can try not to isolate, don't do that. And just focus on yourself. Like, spend time. You have to pour into yourself so that you can pour into your family. And I stand on that. Like, we touched on mom guilt a little bit, but that's something like at this point in motherhood, like I don't experience a lot of mom guilt when it comes to my workouts because I know that if I don't do that for myself, like I can't show up for my kid. I can't show up for my husband. Like I'm not showing up at work. Like I have to take that time. Like, and if I'm present with everybody else, like why wouldn't I give myself that same time? Like, so yeah, that's it. Give yourself grace. Don't be so hard on yourself. And be present. Be present in the moments and ask for help and lean on your support system.
What about you, Kay?
So pretty much the same stuff that you mentioned. And I will say, like, you know, and don't be afraid to, like, let people know how you're feeling. Because how you feel is how you feel, you know. And do a little bit of research. Like, don't just go asking for opinions to your friends, family. You know, just because that was like my biggest thing. Like for me, like a lot of stuff was like, it was all of the perspectives that I had no idea about. Like I'm grateful. Like now I'm like, wow, this is great. It's being talked about more. Because that's one thing that I said that like when people come to me, I'd be like big, like, no, that's serious. And you need to take care of it. And like help, like look for the help that you need. Make sure that you're there mentally. Cause that's huge, and it's just so different going from like not being a parent to being a mom. Like it's just like your life completely changes. And sometimes like for me, because my pregnancy and labor was so like, I don't know, wasn't what I was told. So it was completely different. Like I felt so normal, like really through my whole pregnancy. I mean, to me, which is that I had a big belly. Outside of that, like I felt pretty like normal.
Yeah.
So then when the switch up was when I had her, because then I was like, this baby's crying, and like it's just like you don't like it's such a different feeling. So like definitely like you can't prepare to be a mom.
Right.
That's another thing. Like you could look up, go to parenting classes, do all this stuff. Like still do it because it's helpful. Some stuff is very good to know, but everybody's pregnancy is different. Everybody like after you had the baby is different. Bodies are different. So give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest thing. Like, and I learned that the hard way because I was very hard on myself, like very hard until probably the last like probably 3-4 years. I finally was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Besides driving myself crazy.
Yeah.
So
Don't
yeah.
do that.
And you
Don't do
reminded me of like one more. It's like don't compare your journey to other people's journey. Like what do they say? Comparison is a thief of joy.
Yep.
And it really is. Like I was comparing myself to everybody in those first few months. Like I'm online, like just like, oh, they're doing this, or they like how you don't do it. Don't no, like just run your own race. Do, like focus on what's in front of you. Like do not compare yourself because everyone is different. And social media is there to show you the beautiful parts of it. Like a mom, you know, you just never know. They could be on there smiling, ha ha ha, and as soon as they cut the camera off, they are boohooing in the corner. Like you have no idea. So yeah, do not compare. Try not to compare.
That's a good advice for life, though.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Because, like you said, comparison is a thief of joy.
Really
so
is.
I think we talk about that a lot.
Yes.
So, definitely. I just enjoy listening to you ladies talk about like being a mom and everything, and you know everything that y'all said kind of resonated with me with how I think about if I am to become a mother. So, yeah, that's great, and I commend y'all as being Black and brown women doing the damn thing. So shout out to y'all because mothers like we do listen. As women, we got to deal with a lot, but to be a mom is like the ultimate sacrifice, and y'all doing it. So we thank you. We thank you, and this is a great conversation. So before we get out of here, we got to do our accountability. Since you are here, Christina, I know you got something coming up. You said a 10K?
I'm doing a half marathon.
A half marathon. Yeah. So how many miles is that?
13.1.
Yeah, right.
She said, yeah, right.
Okay, so for accountability, we're going to put it out there. So what do you want to be held accountable for? Okay.
I've been thinking about it because I know this was coming. I don't know. Shoot.
I don't know either, to be honest with you. I feel like
we get a break. No, I'm just kidding.
It could be something small. Oh, let's run it back with the hair.
I know you was gonna do this.
You know,
I just reminded you that I used to do my hair.
Because you put your hair up today.
Other people gonna love that too. I was told I don't do my hair often.
Other people, huh?
That's funny.
So I guess we could do that. All right, fine. Run it back.
I got you. I got your back, bro.
I send you pictures daily of this hair.
Yeah.
It's so pretty, but it's so much work.
Yeah.
I be wishing I had my daughter hair. I'm like, man, I will have braids like yours all the time.
Because this is a lot of work too. That's why I have braids in my hair. It's a lot of work.
But see, those braids they just slip
They
right
don't
off.
last.
Oh, it's so
I remember
stupid.
you got your braids and it just didn't work out.
Literally a weekend, and I was like,
oh, tragic.
So yeah, I just gotta wash it and do it. I guess.
You know, just do something with it, a little something. So
okay,
that's gonna be yours.
This today count for day one?
I give it to you because you showed up that way. I give it to you.
Yes, only got 6 days to go.
I'm still thinking, Christina. What's something that you want to be held accountable for? Let's just say for
just
the
this week?
The week, yes.
Yeah, for the week.
Focusing on my nutrition, like and because I have to like eat enough like carbs and protein this week to really prepare.
Okay.
So
you can bust down those 13 some odd miles.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna be checking in.
Where are you doing it?
The Buffalo Half Marathon.
Oh,
yeah.
so it's here.
So it starts. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it's that one. Okay.
It starts at 6:30 a.m. I said, "Oh,
when is it?"
Sunday.
This Sunday.
This Sunday.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so we gonna be on you about this nutrition.
Oh yeah,
that's it. Like I just need to focus on that. Like
Okay.
making sure that I'm eating enough.
What you
like,
eat today? What you eat today? What you eat today? Yeah,
because I will forget to like eat. Like if I'm and that is like
understandable.
it's so hard. But no, this week I'm like especially. I'm good with hydration. Like I think I've been pretty good with getting my electrolytes and my water.
Okay.
That's
But
the food.
yeah, it's nutrition.
Okay.
Yeah, eat some good.
We gonna be on you.
All right,
Trust
cool.
that.
Yep.
For me, see, I'm going on vacation, so I just feel like, you know what? I want to be able to keep that heat. Gonna be hell hot though. I don't know, man. I don't know.
They got a treadmill in the gym.
See? Hello.
It's flat. You can test how fast you can go. Let's do
But
that.
that's different though, because the treadmill's moving you. Running
true.
outside and
That
running
is
treadmill, two
very true.
totally different
It is.
experiences.
It
And
really
that's what I'm
is.
really, the reason why I started running again is because I wanted to like have the ability to actually run.
Yes.
So that's the difference. But okay, so let's say this.
What you gonna do?
Woo-wee. Let's say, okay, well, it's only, okay, for a week.
You leave Friday, right?
I leave Friday. So I would say Monday to Monday. So a week. Let's just do a week.
Mm-hmm.
Monday to Monday. Dang, that's crazy. 8 miles?
Plus the two.
See,
girl,
What the two? Like,
No, so 10. So because you said
you
Monday to
back to
Monday,
total.
so you're already in the negative.
Yep. Exactly.
No, I mean like next
She
Monday to
is.
Monday. This is for the new accountability.
Oh, so you're not doing it this Monday to next Monday. You're starting it next Monday to the following.
Starting
Monday.
it.
Like
Wait,
today.
today's Monday.
Today's
Yeah.
Monday, ma'am. You
Yeah.
playing?
So Monday to Monday. you
Okay,
gotta
Monday.
do-
Okay,
you already a negative
fair.
2.
Yeah.
Negative.
Yes,
because you
ma'am.
haven't finished the ones.
But the day's not over yet.
Yeah, and you're starting today too. At your 8. It's okay. You got it. I ain't worried about
Yeah.
it. Yo, you're gonna be doubly dropping reps.
Yeah.
I don't care.
All right, let's make it that then.
Okay.
All right.
So really 10.
I'm in my head. I'm saying 8 because I'm not counting the 2 that I'm gonna do today.
Okay. So
Okay.
really, you only have Tuesday to Monday. So however you want to look
There
at
it is. Yep. See.
So you have 8 to do Tuesday to Monday.
Okay, I'm trying to get it done before I leave, so I ain't gotta.
I know
worry
that's
about
what
it.
you was gonna do in my head. I was like,
yeah, she gonna not do it. Yeah, she gonna be doing 3 miles tomorrow.
What
3.
time you leave in the
She gonna
morning?
do
You leave in the morning?
3, 2.
Oh,
That's how
okay.
you-
Yeah. So
She about to be like 2, 2, 2, 2, 4.
yeah, that's been the longest run I've had.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's gonna wrap up this week's episode of Beyond the Reps. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things. Leave us a review if you love what you hear and what you see. Give us 5 stars. Yeah, 5 stars. We would appreciate that. So, until next time, keep your mind right, your body tight, and your spirit high. And we will see y'all next time. Peace.